Okay, here's a quick recap of how to do a drop, half drop repeat. So I'm going to open our motif, which in this case is going to be my B. Don't worry about the colour for now. So if we define this as a pattern and then repeat it, so go to Edit, Define Pattern, and this is just a solitary B, we can rename it. So this is going to be a block repeat. Okay, that. Let's make a new file just to test it out. A3 is fine. Go to our layers palette, and at the bottom we're going to add a fill layer, and we're going to fill it with a pattern. And it automatically picks the most recent pattern. Okay, so block repeat there. If you can't see a list of what you've got, if you click on here, you'll be able to access a list as opposed to thumbnails, which I think you probably get small thumbnails. So let's put list down, and that's okay. You can rescale it here, so you can check whether it looks like on a bigger surface, so 50% or 200%. Okay. You can move it around in the screen. And okay, and then you can edit it afterwards. You can rescale it down as it's a layer, so it's fully adjustable. So we're going to make a more interesting repeat. So instead of columns coming down here, we're going to have the next column is going to be sitting about here. So that's called a half drop. Okay. So let's select our B. He's flattened down, so that's fine. That's what we want. We want him to be a flat layer. I'm going to go to our filters and go to other offset. And for a half drop, we're going to 0 that. We're going to drop this about halfway down. So I'm going to just drag my mouse and holding it to about halfway. That tells us it's about 450 pixels. And I'm going to 0 that so we don't want any movement. And that's okay. Actually, what I wanted to do was make a copy of this first. So I'm going to undo that, Command Z, Command A, select all, Command C, copy. Okay, and let's go and redo that filter. If we offset the filter, just using this top thing here, it'll do the same offset as before. Now we need to make the canvas bigger, so image, canvas size, and we're going to make the next B sit next to it here. So we're going to make that canvas size double the width. So we're going to make it 200%, and we're going to anchor it so that the white space is added onto the right side here. Okay. And I'm going to paste my B that's in memory, and just move tool, put him into place, and I'm going to make sure I can see my whole view by pressing Command 0. And this will snap into place because my snaps are on, and that means this image will snap to the edge of the canvas. So I'm going to edit and define this pattern, and we can call this B half drop. Click on OK, and let's go in here and we can double click this. And the good thing about a pattern fill layer is we can replace our existing fill with a new one, B half drop. We can see instantly what it's done, so it's dropped that down. So this column is dropped down half a B's length, actually half the pattern length, which is a bit bigger than the B. So And let's see what it looks like on a smaller scale. So I'm double clicking there when I do that. 50%. That's pretty good. Nice half drop image. If you want different spacing between these, you would need to make your pattern selection smaller. So if you wanted a really close spacing on the B, for example, we'll define this as a pattern. Edit, define pattern, and this will call cropped B, and this is a block repeat, okay, because it hasn't got anything else in it. Let's just have a look at that. So we'll pop the original block repeat in. So there's a B, there's a bit of space, then a B, and let's just cropped B, and you can see it's a lot closer. So it depends on how big you make your selection around the B. If you haven't got anything selected, it will select the whole canvas and it will flatten everything down. So that's it. Nothing else to do. Give me a shout if any of this doesn't make sense, but it'd be good if you can make a nice half drop repeat digitally. So double click, and so you can get something looking like this. Very simple pattern, but very useful. People use it all the time. So thank you.